halls with boughs of holly. 'Tis the season to be jolly.
Hi guys, it's Shell with Creative Shell Bear, and today I'm just going to show you some tags that I've been working on. These are made with Ranger Sticky Embossing Powder and these Pearl-X powders. So let me show you some of the ones that I've already made. I made this one, and then I made this really pretty snowflake one. I really like that. I think that is so pretty. And then I made this one. I really like the gold and the kind of pink and red. And I made this one, and this is the one I'm fixing to show you how I made. So first of all, we're just going to use black cardstock. So I just cut this down about 6 by 3, and then I just made my little tabs on it. And what we're going to do first is I'm just going to put some snowflakes on here. And you always want to use, your largest snowflake first, and then, kind of go down in size as you go and fill in the circles or fill in the spots that are still, kind of still need something. That way, if you have, like a smaller one or something, then you can use that. I'm just going to use that one kind of up here on the top. And you can go off the, the edges and stuff too. I'm just going to put this paper towel down right here. Just to kind of, if you go off the edges, it kind of gives it more interest, I think. So I'm just using this small one. Okay. And I'm just using this sticky embossing powder from Ranger. And the reason this came about was my husband had bought me the Pearl-X powders, but he had thought that they were embossing powders, but they weren't. So I still wanted to use them. I didn't want to have to return them. So I went online and just did some research about what, what I could use them with. And that's where I came across this Ranger Sticky Embossing Powder. Because, you kind of hate to get rid of a gift. And interestingly enough, I ended up with 2 sets of the embossing, or the powder. So I'm just using this. For some reason, that one, stamp, it does all the way around it. Okay. So now I'm just going to heat up my sticky embossing powder. Okay, and I'm just going to use like a really big fluffy brush, like a fluffy brush. I think it does better than if you use like a stiff, heavy brush. And I'm just using macro pearl and pearl white. And I'm just kind of, brushing it on them. I'm just kind of going into each one just to kind of get, so it kind of gives me a little bit of interest to have, kind of 2 different colors mixed in. And, I'm new to this Ranger sticky powder. I've heard that you only have like 22 seconds to use it. So I haven't tested it for myself. I do intend to, but I just haven't got there yet. I'm just going to and I'm just going to use this paper towel. Just kind of wipe some of that off. I heard it's better if you can go and get like a Swiffer sweeper, that one of those, and kind of cut it up and use it. I just haven't made it to the store yet to get any. So I'm just using what I have, and it works okay. I mean, it still leaves a lot of glitter. Okay, so I put my stamp there, and I'm going to try this again. Tried it a while ago, and I grabbed a wet towel, and it totally smeared it. So I'm going to try it on this one and see if we can. Let me show you. So what I did is I just put my Versamark on it, and then I'm just grabbing some of my color. You don't need a lot. And then with a dry paper towel, make sure it's totally dry. Because what it did, it just, yeah. Okay. There we go. And that's just using just Versamark with Your Perfect Pearls. Isn't that really pretty? Without, using any of the embossing. So let me show you how I'm going to finish that. Okay, and I think I'm just going to put this on some white paper. So what I did is I had a sheet of white, and I'm just going to glue this down on it, and then I'm just going to trim around it. So it's really easy, and I love, the pop of the white behind it. And I'm just using my art glitter glue. If you guys haven't used this, I definitely suggest trying it. It's such an awesome glue. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that down. And we have a couple of blemishes where the stamp kind of came over. So I'm just going to add some other colors, or add some embellishments on it to cover those up. Remember, there is never a mistake. There's only a chance for a different design. I learned that in my knitting class, or one of my knitting Facebook pages. They say there's never any mistakes. They're all a chance for a design element. So I think that can work with in any situation, especially crafting. Okay, so see how simple that is, and how beautiful, it just turns out so pretty. Let me show you how I'm going to cover those up. So I'm just going to use some sequins. Let me see, I don't know if I have any tweezers right here. Oops, it's a big old blob. Okay, so what I did is I just went ahead and, remember those little blemishes and stuff that we had? I just covered them up with some sequins, and then I just put a few extra just to kind of bring it all together, and I think it looks so cute. So right now I'm just going to add a ribbon, And I have this really thin white ribbon. And you can make it pretty long. You know, again, this is going on a package. So I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of red. I happen to have just a little touch of red left from one of my little spools. Isn't that cute? Just kind of adds just a little something. I'm going to put just a just a little dot of glue there. That way when it dries, it'll just keep it in place. Isn't that so cute? So I think it turned out really good, you know. My schedule's changed. I was going to go ahead and continue doing a video a day. But with Christmas coming up and I don't quite have all my gifts completed, you know, that I'm making. So I'm just going to go to Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And that way it gives me a chance to focus on some of the Christmas presents that I need to get done. So I will be back on Friday. I'm the 5th in a collaboration of Christmas ornaments. So you guys be sure and come back and see that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a great day.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. 'Tis the season to be jolly.